let's talk about recession, okay? Because we're getting mixed signals. Look, we're in a recession, okay? The last 10 times that we've had 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP, we declared a recession. We're in the political world now. But Powell and the White House have said we're not because of a strong labor market. Well, I went back to, the 1970s. Look at these 3 recessions. Look at this chart. Every time that you had a recession in the 70s, you had a strong labor market. What do you see here?
Well, a couple of things. Remember, a recession is when we start to come down, right? It's when you have those negative prints. It doesn't, I think we're stuck in this thing of it happens right now. It's got to happen, everything has to happen at once. No, this is a series of events into play. And the earnings are not earnings. Everybody's focusing on earnings, but that right now, the situation with employment is just another one of those events that'll come into play. I mean, what's going to happen if 2 prints down the road, we come in and we've got the jobs number this week, right?
Correct.
That was a question. I mean, what if that number comes in just horribly bad? What is everybody going to start to say at that point? Well, you know what? We really didn't mean that about the jobs report. And they're going to move on to the next thing that they can qualify.
Yep. The Friday print expectations is 250,000. And I'm right there with you. I don't think it's going to be this report, but it's going to maybe be September, maybe be October, where suddenly we get punched in the face and we don't know what to do because we're down 50,000, we're down 100,000. And no one wants to have that conversation now because we only deal with crisis when it's right on top of us.
Yeah. And let's be honest. The market has changed dramatically over the last 5 years in that it used to be that when you fired somebody, you just gave them the pink slip and they were gone. Look at what Google did today. And they said, hey, we're going to go to our workers and see if we can get them to be a little more efficient and see if they can get that. So because of this gig force work, these people that are working all over the place, first of all, it's lower expenses. So maybe companies don't have to get rid of them so quickly. But second of all, there's some flexibility that allows it to kind of linger on. I mean, this will be one of those things that, Garrett, you know who Larry Flint was, right? Everybody knows who Larry Flint was, I assume. His rule when back in the 70s, he was being sued by Simon Lease because he sold pornography in the city of Cincinnati. It all came down to one thing, and the judge said, you know it when you see it. I think that's a rule we're going to have to use on a recession here because nobody's going to want to admit. Nobody's going to want to admit that there is a fixed standard for recession this time around. I think I'm already starting to feel it right now with prices going through the roof, and obviously things around my neighborhood starting to slow down. Who knows when the hell we'll find out? I think you said on Friday it would be next November after the elections were over, right?
450, yeah, probably December. Where do you see this market? Somebody's asking me in the chat, do I think that the SPY will hit 415? Is there a resistance level on this market that you're looking at? Top side right now, if you've got to look over the next couple weeks, yes, the answer, actually 420 is going to be a big number here. And we're 2 points away from it? Well, 8 points away from it. 420 is what I'm watching closely right now.